Some of our hearts are heavy today, and we ask that you just please be with those families that need you at this time and give them only the peace that you can. Please allow us each day to be more like you in our lives, in how we treat people, how we treat our families. You know our hearts, and we want to be more like you each and every day. We pray all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Please address the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, it is time for our board reorganization, and I'm going to turn it over to our superintendent for that and say, thank you very much, and I have enjoyed my time with y'all.
He's not leaving.
Not leaving, I'm just moving.
This is reorganization of the board, and at this time, I will ask for nominations from the board for our next chairperson.
I nominate Ashley Clemenzi. I move nomination cease.
Okay. I also ask for nominations for the vice chairman of this board, or person.
I think we have to vote on the chair.
Oh, okay, it wasn't in my,
Sorry.
okay.
That's why I'm here.
I have nomination for Mrs. Clemenzi to become the chair. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Mrs. Clemenzi will be chair. I ask for nominations now for vice chair.
I nominate the Honorable Devin Whitehurst of Williston as vice chair.
Any other nominations? Okay, I call for all nominations to cease. All those in favor for Mr. Whitehurst to be vice chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Now we will also, before we move chairs, we will take a, no,
Ready to go.
we need to take a vote on when we'll have our meetings. We can continue on the second and fourth Tuesday. That second Tuesday of each month will be at 6 p.m. and the fourth Tuesday will begin at 9 a.m.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passes for our meetings. You may move to your new seats.
Sign.
Yeah.
Sure, you can have it.
Take the sign. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Everyone down here where they can control.
Good luck.
Get me reprogrammed down
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
here. So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. I would like to welcome everybody tonight. I love seeing all the happy, smiling faces in the crowd. We're not used to a crowd this big. And first on our itinerary is Senora Rosario.
You don't need a speech. Let me know if I can help.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches a todos. Tonight we are calling the students that have earned a biliteracy seal of either gold or silver in our school. And most of our students are working. Some of them apologize. I have a few of them out of the country. And we have, if I'm not mistaken, 2 students that are doing basic training right now. Selena just came in. So, and one more coming in. So, first, we are calling. Yes, let's set this aside. First, I'm calling Carlos Mazariegos Borleto. Second, second, Marina Ruiz Acosta. And last but not least, Selena Morales Contreras.
Congratulations to all of you guys.
Do you want to read the rest of the names?
Absolutely. Alrighty. So we also have Braulio Abarca, Esmeralda Flores, Luis Almeida Ortiz. I have a lot this year. Luis Velasco Ramirez, Jesús Vargas Mauricio, Guadalupe Pérez, Aldo Loredo, Juan Ledesma, Juliana Jaramillo Bueno. I think they're working at the coalition tonight. Darwin González Cano, Joalisbeth Gaspar Kosoyay, Anthony Gardea, Natalia Centeno, and Rosa Castillo Gallegos. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. And next on the agenda is superintendent highlights.
Okay. You're more than welcome to stay with us. Our next presentation is actually going to be an AVID showcase from Joyce Bullock Elementary School. So I think we have a few presenters that will come up to the podium.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am so incredibly excited for this opportunity to present to you the real AVID champions in the room and highlight that Joyce Bullock Elementary has been selected as an AVID showcase school. So they're being nationally recognized as doing all the things. And so we have our principal here, Priscilla Hires. We have our AVID site coordinator, Kelsey List. We have Kara Lee Prince, who is our implementation strategist, aka program manager was her former title, but she helps us with AVID. She is from AVID Center. And we have our amazing AVID scholars in the front. Do you want to tell us your names?
Hello, my name is Jason Franco.
All right, thank you. So we're here today so that we can help you guys understand and celebrate with us the fact that that Joyce Bullock has been identified as an AVID showcase school. This was obtained because of the years of sustained implementation. Since they've brought AVID on at Joyce Bullock Elementary, they have just continued to embed those AVID strategies into the daily work so that AVID's really a systems driver on their campus. You can see, and Priscilla and Kelsey will share with you today, the growth in their student data that really proves that AVID is being used as a systems driver, and the growth is showing that it's making an impact for students. And then they have a crazy strong school-wide culture of college and career readiness, which tends to be surprising for a pre-K2 school. But the amount of things that they're doing to start talking with students about college and career readiness at such a young level is impressive. And so when you're on their campus, you can't help but feel that culture that embodies our mission of preparing all students for college and career.
So Miss List is, like Miss Tanya said, our site coordinator at Joyce Bullock. She started last year with Avid Scholars, and this year we've continued it. Do you want to explain that?
Sure. An avid scholar is a student who, whenever a visitor enters the classroom, any adult, they would go greet the adult at the door and explain to them what we're currently working on. They'd introduce themselves and they would tell the visitor what our learning target is. And our learning target is, the goal for the lesson. So whether somebody walks in the middle of math, sometimes they need like a little hints, and they get up and then they go greet the person and they're like, we'll be doing math today, and our learning target is rounding to the nearest 10. And then they go sit back down, and it's very adorable, but it helps any of the visitors that are coming into the classroom to know what the class is working on at that moment.
And most of you are familiar with our explicit instruction initiative, and so you know that feature 1 is that learning goal, knowing that students know what it is, it's referenced, and it's visual in the room. And so they've really taken explicit instruction to the next level and have the student ownership of really knowing what's happening in the classroom.
So tonight we have 2 Avid Scholars, and they're going to give you our purpose for tonight. Right, Jace?
All
You
right.
ready to go? Right. Turn around and read to those people behind you. There's way less people back there.
We won't look.
Whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Jason Franco. Our learning target for today is to understand what it means to be an avid showcase school. Hello, my name is Valley Campbell. In addition to what Jay said, we also want you to know why it's a big deal for Levy County and help you experience the power of avid and history.
You'll notice that they have ties on. That is a part of their Avid Scholar identification in the classroom. That's something that they started this year as well.
So similar to like a class job, you have your line leader, you have your door holder. The Avid Scholar has been built in. Some people call it Avid Scholar, some people may call it the teacher helper. But it holds the teacher accountable for like informing the kids of what they're learning today. It holds the kids accountable for understanding and knowing what their purpose is in sitting in that desk that day. So if you guys, you can sit there. Well, we're gonna keep going, but you're good right now.
Mic check. I'm not as much fun as they are. They're so much better at this than I am. My name is Carolee Prince, as Tanya was saying, and I am with Avid Center. I'm an implementation strategist, which means I'm a consultant, a thought leader, a thought partner, a coach, a mentor, whatever anyone in Levy County needs, it's all part of membership. So there is no extra cost for me, it's just how much you want me here, which luckily in Levy is quite often. I have had the blessing of being a part of the explicit instructional walks, which is where I got to see the amazing things happening at Joyce Bullock Elementary School, but even more importantly, in the communities around in Levy County. You have true feeder programs, which is so unique in the state of Florida right now, with choice being so popular. And so it's really unique to get to see the impact from kindergarten through 12th grade of what this can mean for students. So you have been Avid partners for 15 years, which is something to celebrate, and we will at another time, because today we're all about Joyce Bullock Elementary School. But within those 15 years, you have had 504 different educators attend some kind of Avid instructional training. What that shows is a dedication to teacher preparedness. We are all about teacher excellence and making sure that every teacher is as prepared as possible for our students, because we're all about student achievement in the end. So everything we do is based on our mission. So our mission is to close the opportunity gap by preparing all students for college and career readiness and success in a global society. What has happened here, having 504 educators, shows that Avid is everywhere. It is in Bronson, in Williston, in Cedar Key, in Yankeetown. It is everywhere within Levy County. And it is something that is causing generational change, and that's really exciting. And we get to see the youngest generation really show their stuff. And that is something that's really exciting, because what's happening at Joyce Bullock, when you see it, it's like, oh, this is really cute. The kids are doing the talking and they're creating these projects and they're doing these amazing things. But it's the level of student ownership we want to see in a secondary classroom. So these students are ready. They are prepared. So when you think about what they could be in 12 years as they're going off to college or going off to their trade school or whatever it might be, that it's just endless outcomes, right? Endless possibilities. And that's really what we want. It also is setting up a precedent for what Levy County is going to stand for. So I know we're celebrating Joyce Bullock, and I'll get to it a little bit, but first I also want to celebrate something that is on your little flyer. Levy County is actually being highlighted 3 times at AVID National Conference. So AVID is an international program, a system of education that works in all areas of education, and we are in 18 different countries and 48 states. So at National Conference, that's the time that everybody comes together, one time a year. And Levy County is going to be unprecedentedly highlighted 3 times, on day 0, day 1, and day 2. So there is going to be a leadership forum where the leadership team and the district team and what the school leaders are doing, that's going to be highlighted and shared with leaders across the nation and internationally. Then on day 1, Tanya's going to get to share about the student agency surveys, which really shows how the students feel being a student in Levy County. It shows that they know their teachers believe in them. It shows that they believe in themselves and they feel like they're more capable based on what they're learning here in Levy County. So that's going to be highlighted. And then on the second day of National Conference with me, we're going to be working on and sharing how to build a really strong partnership with your implementation strategist and district leaders. It has been an absolute gift to be a part of the district team and get to work and collaborate on so many things. And it has led to the amazingness of Joyce Bullock Elementary School. So a showcase school is a teaching and learning center, and it's going to be an opportunity for people to come in from across Florida, maybe some other states, but mostly will probably be Florida. And they'll get to see what's happening. We have never had a primary school highlighted as a showcase school.
Wow.
So that's a first. It is so exciting. And what's even better is that there was a transition in leadership. And not for a second was there a hesitation. There might have been for like a hot second. But but after we sat down, it was like, no, all steam, like, let's go. We're riding this train and we're going to make it happen. So it is not just doing AVID and not just doing a strategy, but purpose and intent to get the most for your students. The students own the learning. They're the ones doing the talking. They're the ones doing the writing. They're doing all the heavy lifting in the class. And to see that in kindergarten and 1st grade and 2nd grade, that's something you expect and hope for in a senior level classroom. So that is amazing, and we are so excited to get to share that.
So I think Carolee hit on majority of the points on this slide about why it matters for Levy County, so I'm going to graze over this one. Excellent job. But yes, the idea that Levy is a regional model for college and career readiness is a huge deal because that is our mission statement. Also, it aligns completely with what our goal is, whether a student's going to attend trade school, go into the workforce with industry credentials, or attend college or an AS program. And then obviously, it's creating a professional learning opportunity for our teachers. Our teachers are going to get to leave the classroom and go to Joyce Bullock Elementary and see this in action. So it's an experience for them to think about what this could look like, sound like, and feel like in their classroom. And really ask questions to the panel of experts at Joyce Bullock Elementary about how they're doing it, how they're making it happen, and how they're comfortable with upping the rigor in the classroom for the student ownership piece. So to have a place that our teachers don't have to travel very far to see it in action and a showcase and get learning is a really big deal, because we know that saving money currently is a priority, right? So with that said, we're going to try on getting out of our comfort zone just a little bit, and we're going to experience some of the things that happen at Joyce Bullock Elementary when it comes to having student ownership in the learning. And with that is a quick write. So right now at your table, you guys have Post-it notes, and I'm going to ask that you grab one Post-it note for us.
Yeah.
is ready to do a quick write. So the interesting thing about a quick write, and this is something we deliver in professional learning with teachers all the time, is that it's a way to gauge a student's understanding with something, maybe hook them into the lesson, or have them reflect on part of a lesson throughout their learning. We know that students need to be able to think about their learning, write about their learning, and talk about their learning. And so a quick write gives a student a chance to, after hearing the teacher speak for 10, 15 minutes or lecture on a topic or teach about a topic, they get the chance to digest the material on their own. The unique thing about a quick write is it is on a timer. So I'm going to give you a minute and 30 seconds. But what happens for our students is we always have the student in the classroom that races to get their work done, or they can process very quickly and get their work done pretty quickly. And then you have the other group of students in the room who are very much like me. It takes me a while to process information, and then I need that quiet time to digest what I learned in order to write about it. So in a quick write, the expectation is that students write for the entire amount of time. Whether they've answered the question or not, we're probing them to think beyond the question. So for a minute and 30 seconds, we know that our pencils are writing the whole time. Even if after we answer the question, we might then start asking the teacher questions about the topic or the question at hand to engage in that rigorous thinking and debrief about the question. So I'm gonna set the timer for a minute and 30, and I would love it if you could answer this question. If we reached your goal in Levy, what would it look like, sound like, and feel like for student achievement? Did you say go? Take about 15 seconds to wrap up your thought. I don't know, I was about to say, it doesn't make noise.
Some of the timers now there are a little terrified.
Oh,
Just a gentle.
that was gentle. Okay. So the second part of a quick write and having our students think and write about their learning is to then talk about their learning. That's another opportunity to process. Kids want to be talking about what they're learning about, and if we think of that cognitive load, if they get the chance to think about it, write about it, and talk about it, it's just multiple opportunities engaging in that learning. So we're just going to try that on, because Jace is going to tell you it's time to talk about it, right, Jace? Okay. So if you could just turn to an elbow partner here at the board and read your Post-it note to them and take turns. What does it look like, sound like, and feel like to reach your goal in Levy County? So I'm going to have you turn to an elbow partner. And you're going to talk to the people. You can join a trio.
A trio of us then.
Be a trio. You going to listen in?
Say that again.
Something they are passionate about, an experience they had at a young age, they are goal setting.
But to reach more than 95% graduation rate, to have all students on some career or college track, and have a school environment where everybody can learn.
Learning goals, and teachers facilitate the environment and encourage.
Very similar.
Yeah, very similar.
Very similar.
What do you think, Valley K?
Valley K, how'd they do?
You guys want some candy?
You heard that?
They already had
I heard that.
Sorry, Miss.
Sorry.
Exactly.
So
We weren't
just out of
talking about it, no.
curiosity, I'd love to hear from at least one of you guys. What did you and your group get to talk about specifically? And did you have anything in common?
Oh, yeah,
We did, ours is very similar.
yeah.
Okay, can you give us a little piece of it?
Chairman.
Of what you talked about?
Not too much. We just said student achievement would look like everyone having a plan. It can be a vocational path or a four-year degree, but I would like a plan and a tailored guide to get each student to where they want to be.
Yeah. Me and Tammy, pretty much same thing.
Community too.
All right, so to celebrate our learning, because that's what we do, to build that positive culture and climate, they're gonna walk us through an Avid clap to celebrate how well you did your quick write and turn and talk.
So an Avid clap is how we celebrate, student participation. Oh, what?
Oh, go ahead, you go on.
Yeah, what is an Avid clap?
Like an Avid clap is like a reward for like if the student did something good or like if they explained the right way or like in a test if they got everything right, they would normally get an Avid clap.
Okay.
We would love for you to teach them your guys' favorite. Who would like to go first?
Mine changed.
Yours changed.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So it's not going to be practice.
Going off script, going off script.
I already know it.
Never know what
Try
you're
to
gonna
do it with them?
So Chase, what's it called?
Dinosaur.
The dinosaur. Okay, so we learned this in Miss Baker's room. So then you're going to show them what to do for the dinosaur.
How do we do it?
So, roar, roar, dinosaur.
Rah, rah, dinosaur.
Got gator chomps. I like that.
You can do it twice, you can do 100.
Oh, man, I like it.
Okay.
And then what's your favorite?
My favorite is the golf clap because it reminds me of
Happy Happy golf clap, because mine's are
They
happy.
gotta stand up, right?
The golf.
Oh, we have to stand up for this?
Don't hit the wall.
We'll show them how to do it first and then they'll stand up.
do it?
All right,
We're all ready?
Okay.
Make sure we all gotta go the same direction, we're hitting each other.
Watch it. 4.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good job, you guys. So ultimately, you've experienced Wicker in action. Wicker is that Avid hub of ensuring that when we're lesson planning, we're using writing, inquiry, collaboration, reading, and organization. Basically, we could say that those were strategies, but really that was just a high-impact routine. And so if we create routine in our classes with that 10-2-2 method of teaching, giving students time to think, to write, and to talk about through quick writes and turn and talks, they get the opportunity to really digest what they're learning. And then obviously that portion of celebrating our learning is a big piece of the culture component. So I'm gonna pass the mic to.
Yeah. Alright, so as Tanya talked about, Ashley talked about planting, sorry, Miss Clemency talked about planting, having the kids have a path. And that's super important. At our level, we want to talk about options for post-graduation for sure. As the admin at Joyce Bullock, I want our kids to love coming to school. I want our kids to be engaged to come to school. So when we have Avid strategies incorporated into the teachers' lessons, our kids are excited about learning. And so that's what we've kind of showcased in these next couple pictures of the things that we're doing around our campus.
And if you'll go back one more time, I'm so sorry. So these are the kids about to do a snowball activity where they have math problems on the pieces of paper and they throw them across the room and then you go get a new one and you have to solve it and then you have to go find a partner and both talk about how you solved that problem together and it gets them up and gets them moving. This is like our college and career. This is in second grade where we do note-taking skills. And I mean, if you could see it, those notes look better than mine did when I was in college. So teaching them those organizational pieces and teaching them how important it is to make sure that your writing can be read, because if you write it down and then you can't read it later, then you're not going to be able to look at it again. So those are just some of the are what we call a carousel, where students are placed in groups and they walk around the room to different posters and they complete different tasks as a group, and then we come back together, whole group, and we go over those answers, and the student input is then showcased and talked about by each group. So that's it happening in all grade levels right here, which is really cool. So it might look like for kindergarten pictures, these might be for them to either write a word or draw a picture that makes the S sound. And then, or you'll have kids going and sorting relevant and irrelevant details. That's what we this is also the Avid Scholar, some of those kiddos from my room where they go up to the board. They absolutely love writing on the board and showing their thinking. And then this is a student sharing his quick write. And as you can see, the girl behind him is listening, and they just love getting up and being a teacher. So we really harp on that. And this is just group work. You see this all throughout the campus. Walk in any classroom and kids are learning together, talking, collaborating. It's a really big piece. They share their thoughts. And that's also really important for the feeling of community. They all trust each other as well, and we really focus on creating that classroom bond where everybody respects everybody's opinions, or if somebody gets something wrong, they encourage each other. We've had plenty of times where somebody gets something wrong, and another student will go, "Oh, hey, miss, let's give them an Avid clap. They tried really hard." And that's not me saying that. That's their peers that are being encouraging to others, and that's just something that we live and we breathe it, and it's cute.
So on top of the engagement that we're looking for at Joyce Bullock, obviously these are the numbers that you guys are looking at. I mean, us too. But we definitely want to see our kids growing. We want, as a K2 school, we want their foundational skills to be solid, because we know as they get older and older, the gaps are just going to get larger and larger. So if they're starting kindergarten, going to first grade with learning gaps, we know that that's setting them up for not great success. So we put up our ELA and math proficiency and growth. You could see, compared to the district, on the, sorry, I have to read them. I need glasses in case you guys are wondering. On the right is going to be our proficiency and growth with the two arrows. Sorry, both proficiency for ELA and math. ELA on the left, math on the right. And then on the left is going to be the district's proficiency and growth. So we are above both of those, which is where we want to be. When I came to Joyce Bullock, Hillary said that it's a magical place. I don't know if you know me. I'm not a very magical person, a very realist person.
She's
but
magical now.
she is, she's definitely right. Like, standing up here today, I kind of feel like an imposter. I didn't create this culture. I didn't instill the good work ethic that our teachers have. She did that, Mr. Camp did that, our teachers are doing that. I'm just, supporting our teachers to hopefully continue that good work. Our teachers, they come in for, their pre-observation, and they're like, I'm gonna do a carousel today. And a carousel, you have 6 different posters around your room, and you're having 6-year-olds rotate around in groups, and entrusting them to do a task that you ask them to do. That's a little bit scary. So for them to have confidence in their kids to be able to do that in an evaluation is a big deal. We're doing walkthroughs, and the teaching is happening with fidelity. The Avid strategies are so smoothly implemented into their instruction that it's making huge impacts.
These are just our pictures of the school culture. This is a student with her Avid goal. These are kids on college and career. This is one of my students. She was the Avid Scholar like beginning of the year. And a teacher came in and she kind of froze up and forgot what she was going to say. And the next day she came up to me and was so excited because she said, I remembered what I was supposed to say yesterday. I want to do it again. So I sent this picture to Priscilla, and she posted on my Facebook page, like, showcasing her and how she didn't give up. And she, never backed down. So now she wants to be the Avid Scholar, like, every single day. So she's my, like, fill-in if somebody's not there. Our parents are even, like, using those words, bravery, smart, encouraging them the same way that we are. The culture is just unlike any other. We've got good vibes everywhere, all around JP.
So to wrap this up, we want to formally invite the room and you guys specifically to two of our Avid showcases. So what we've decided to do is a Levy showcase on January 28th, where only Levy staff are going to attend. So we have invited our district administrators, and our district administrators and Avid site coordinators on every campus are working with teachers to determine which teachers on their campus could use this as a learning opportunity. And then we're going to have our official Avid Center showcase where they're inviting people from across the nation to come be a part of this learning experience on April 8th. I think the students have something special for you. A formal invitation, much more formal than the papers I passed out.
Very good.
Those are the real deal entrance tickets to this showcase event.
They want you to come. They
Yeah,
said,
math
can we
problem.
write, like, please come see us? And I said, yes. They will come.
Do you have a math problem like yours?
So I just want to say how proud I am of Joyce Bullock and for your support in supporting the school and our district with Avid. I think it would be incredible for you to see it in action. I hope that you're able to attend at least one of those events so we can cheer them on and see what truly is magical about Joyce Bullock. And I want to thank Priscilla and Kelsey and Carolee for their amazing leadership because I could not do it without them. And believing in this, so.
And
Thank
if
you
you
guys.
can't make either day, our door is always open.
That's it.
Do you want a picture with the kiddos? Okay. Oh.
And then Kelsey told me that she would give them candy. We couldn't communicate. So we asked one.
Oh, my gosh. Go ahead. Go ahead with them.
Hey, Ben. Can I stand next to you? Second? Okay. So we're check.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And we'll take a 5-minute break if anybody wants to leave before we finish the rest of the meeting. You guys are welcome to go.
Just got a lot of boring.
Yeah.
The woods.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for being here.
Kelsey, appreciate it.
Thank you.
I know, well, what do I have?
Thank you.
I got a little math problem.
Thank you. Fill it out, bring it back in, and I'll pay you.
Okay, all right.
Don't take it off.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
You did a great job.
Janice.
Bye, Misty.
Congratulations.
We asked for,
See you
we
later.
asked our parents to send in ties. And we got like a whole bunch of them. So that's that part. Thank you guys.
Shoots hot air and then cold air. Or maybe it's just me having hot. Maybe.
My phone went off too.
Yeah.
Well, did he forget you had a
Well, I heard it beep. It's yours when it beep during the explosion?
I call the meeting back to order. Next on the agenda is Breezy, Mr. Stockman. Breezy? No, I'm sorry, it's Mr. Lott. I'm sorry.
Number 8.
It's first day on the job. Give her a little break.
I can't
But
8 and 9 is done.
it's a tough act to follow.
see.
Okay, so the first thing I have is basically a review of the policy I brought to you before. This is an extracurricular policy. Like I said before, we've been In the past, we've had this embedded in our student code of conduct, and we just want a more formal presentation of this. We have had no public comment that I'm aware of, so it's just a review this time. And we'll bring that to you for approval next meeting in December.
Okay.
The other two, so this is how this works. I had gotten those policies from NEFAC, and on November 3rd, I get 4 or 5 more. We weeded through them, and out of those, we have 2 to present to you. One of the others we are taking care of in our controlled open enrollment plan, which is also on the consent agenda. We took care of those things within that plan, which is board approved. So we don't have to go for a formal policy. We're complying with the statute by incorporating that into the controlled open enrollment. So the 2 that I'm bringing for you tonight, 4.31 deals with athletics. Well, our policy says interscholastic extracurricular activities, but basically it is athletics, and I gave that to Mr. Gore. He's sort of our go-to person in regard to athletics, with his esteemed coaching prowess and experience. And so he looked through this, and you can see the changes are in red. And so basically we took what needed to be added to our existing policy, which is what's in the black, and we just added the language that was required in regard to transfer students and good calls. Good calls, again, we had good calls embedded within our student code of conduct under that extracurricular portion. So we've had this for a while, but we do feel like, based on number of transfers and good calls that we've had in the last few years, it's probably in our best interest to formalize that process in a board policy. So that is the interscholastic extracurricular activities. And then school health services, there was some additional language that was added to that. And I gave that to Ms. Kaylee Wade, Marcia Young, and Laura Clark, who handle different aspects of that. So these are the changes as required. Are there any questions?
All lines what NEFAC kind of, yeah.
Yes, sir. The only thing that we added was some minor change on that last one, which talks about an opt-out possibility, because different ways of doing things, and we use the opt-out, so we added that language to coincide with our procedures, our current procedures. But all of the rest of that came from NEFAC. So the plan is to advertise, these 2 I'd ask permission to advertise. We would advertise it, and we would, by the next meeting in December, would have met that threshold of required advertisement. And then I'll bring all 3 of these together, so we kind of get them on the same schedule. I'll bring all 3 of these together to you for approval at the next board meeting. So now we just need permission to advertise.
I move approval to advertise.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Light. Now, Mr. Stockman.
Good evening.
Okay. Good evening.
I was going to congratulate you till you tried to throw me under the bus just then.
Me? Yes. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm blind. I don't have the right glasses. I'm blind tonight.
But congratulations. I'm just here this afternoon to give you all an overview of the situation we're in with fire alarm system at Joyce Bullock and ask for your I don't know, did we decide if it needs to be a formal,
We can ask council after he hears
Okay.
what you have to say.
thank you, okay. So I'm asking you to declare a purchase, to declare it an emergency need. It's for a fire alarm system at Joyce Bullock School. And my overview is, I'll start from where we started with. This is old system. We've been keeping it running for years and years and years. And in early September, we got notified that we had another issue with it. And our in-house techs went and tried to troubleshoot the system and found it beyond their abilities to make the repairs. So we reached out to the contractor we normally use to resolve the issue beyond our expertise. And after he inspected it, he determined we were going to have to replace some of the major components, some of the panels in the system, but not all of the components. And it'd be something that we would need him to do, so I asked and received his quote for the scope of work. And this is in mid-September when I received that. It was in a cost that was below the need to go for more bids or public bid. Fell in the lowest scope of our threshold. So I approved him to proceed with the project, and he ordered the necessary equipment. A couple of weeks later, he gets a call from the manufacturer. The system is obsolete. They don't even make the parts for it that we need anymore. And equipment's no longer available. And by now, we're into mid-October without a fire alarm. And we're, something that we kept thinking was gonna roll on. And so I asked for a cost to replace the whole system. And when we got that back, it was quite large. Exceeded the amount that required us to go to a public bid. I will not discuss amounts because we're still trying to receive bids. I don't want to, tank that in any way, so. Anyway, after discussing it with the purchasing coordinator, Mr. Eastman, the finance director, Ms. Kim, and Mr. Gore, assistant superintendent and superintendent, I'm asking that the board would declare this emergency expenditure, which will negate the process, the requirement for the seal bid process. It's in the emergency purchases and bid sections of our policy that we can do this, and I think it complies with all statutes. So the reason I'm asking this is the process it takes to do our bid work. We have to come ask you for permission to bid. Then we have to submit the bid, submit the advertisement. We'll come back, then get our bids. This is a month and a half process, and I believe this will push us into March, possibly April, before getting the fire alarm system installed. And we have safety issues, we have our insurance that could be really hard on us if something happened.
Safety to kids.
And we have the kids to be concerned about, which is what we're here for. So what I'm suggesting we do, which is what the policy says, we requested quotes from 2 other vendors that we have relationships with. The policy says we need to request 1, but again, we want to get the best deal we can for the people of Levy County and their money. So, and the best savings to the district. So it's our hope that by expediting this, declaring an emergency purchase, we can get this completed over Christmas break and come back in the new year with fire alarms. Now, until we get the bids back and availability, we won't know, but the one vendor has assured me he can make it happen, but we've not, we don't know. I have no idea if his price is competitive with the others. I was hoping we'd have them back before the meeting today, but we don't, and we have stressed that we need them as quick as possible, but they want to give us good bids too, and they're very reputable companies. I believe it's in the interest of student safety for some of our most vulnerable students. I feel like there's a need to expedite this purchase, and this most definitely qualifies as an emergency expenditure. Thank you for your consideration. Do you have any questions?
You just need a motion from us to declare an emergency.
Well, we have it in policy, and that's why I wanted council to chime in on this. We have it in policy, what Mr. Stockman read, and I could have gone ahead, but I wanted Mr. Stockman to bring it to the board and just make you aware. So I was going to ask council if you all do need to vote, since we already have it in policy, but of course I wanted all of you to be aware at the same time.
Yes, I agree with everything the superintendent said, and we're operating under policy 7.13, if anyone needs to take a look at that. And the superintendent can act first, but then we'll bring back to the board for ratification what has been approved. So you would have an opportunity to take another look at the situation.
So they don't have to vote tonight.
So,
Correct.
Correct.
So the superintendent is updating that you're acting in accordance to 7.13, but at the next meeting, presumably, once these bids are.
Next board meeting, we're hoping to.
Next board meeting,
Present all
when
that
we know what the figures are and who was the best and lowest bidder, that can be brought to the board for ratification.
so it'll just be done by then, or we have to vote on it? Because I'm just worried too a little bit about timing, if we don't have another board meeting till December.
I think it's gonna be ratifying what
That's what I
has happened up to that.
Ratify her decision.
Yes.
We make, shake it all out, see what's best for the board, and this board can make a decision and
Okay.
ratify. It's the way I understand it.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was saying, because you gotta get the vendor, then they got to order supplies to get them in in time to do it from trying to do it Christmas break day. Don't leave a lot of time with the holidays and
No,
everything.
it does.
Yeah, so that's,
That's
I'm
why
sure we ain't waiting on.
I don't wanna make those promises on something I'm not at all
That's right.
100% sure of.
But the board's still gonna get a formal tabulation
Of what?
the comparison of the bids that
Okay.
came in and why this one was selected.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Any other questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stockman. Thank you very
Y'all
much.
will.
Thank you.
Think about tomorrow and buy some veterans a lunch or thank them.
That's right.
That's why we're able to do this.
That's right.
Right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. So we do not have any public comments tonight. Ms. Hogan, were there any emails?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we will move along to an approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Motion passes. Moving on to the consent agenda. Does anyone have any questions on the consent agenda?
You all right down there?
Yeah. No questions? Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Yes. She's in the building.
And that encompassed finance too, right? We changed that, Mr. Delaney? Okay.
Okay.
Moving to superintendent's comments.
I'm sorry for chuckling. I wanted to say happy birthday to two individuals. Mrs. Hogan was yesterday.
Birthday.
Mrs. Campbell is tomorrow. So happy birthday.
I got you a Twix bar.
I also wanted to take a moment and recognize Mrs. Hogan again. I think the board members received a copy, but the district hasn't, and I just wanted to mention it tonight, and I can send it out tomorrow to everyone here. But Angela has earned the distinction of Certified Support Professional through the FSBA, Florida School Board Association. She is only one of 37 that earned this distinction in the first year of the program. So this is something that she's been working on and doing Zoom meetings while doing all her other tasks at the same time. But congratulations for doing that. And the words that they said about her is, "This designation recognizes school district support staff who have demonstrated a strong commitment to ongoing professional development, excellence in their role, and a dedication to supporting the district's school board members and the mission of the public education in Florida." So thank you for doing all that. I received one other letter, and I'll be forwarding this to Mrs. Bray. I wanted to take a moment to read it. It's regarding one of our teachers at Bronson Middle High School. And it reads, "I wanted to take a moment to commend Tim Franklin for his outstanding work at Bronson Middle High School. I've had the privilege to participate in his classes 3 times over the last year. It's clear that he consistently goes above and beyond to make a real difference in the education of his students. Mr. Franklin creates a classroom environment that's not only engaging and effective, but also warm and supportive. Students feel valued and encouraged to do their best, and it's easy to see how Mr. Franklin's enthusiasm for teaching inspires those around him, including myself. Mr. Franklin truly represents the best of what education should be. I wanted to share this appreciation with you and to recognize the wonderful impact Mr. Franklin continues to have at your school. Teachers like him reflect the strength and spirit of your school, and it's clear that your leadership supports that excellence." I won't mention any names, but I will say this is another elected official that wrote this letter in. So, that's very well deserved, for sure. And I think we have the gala coming up on Saturday, but we figured out how many. We have a table at the gala, and can't wait to see all of you who can make it. That would be wonderful, and to represent our Teachers of the Year and ESPs of the Year. That's a big deal for them to get recognized and awarded. And I think I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Now we'll move to board comments, and we'll start with Mr. Asbell tonight.
I really don't have much, which is shocking. You know, I will say, thank you for tolerating a year under the oppressive regime that was Cameron Asbell chairmanship. And we have better and more qualified people over there now. And I'm gonna be over here with the attorney getting reschooled, and I appreciate it. Tonight, history is being made at Bronson Middle High School. The first ever soccer game is being played as we speak. There'll be another one on Friday. I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's gonna be big. And great vision to think of that. That's pretty cool, I think. I agree with Breezy. If you round tomorrow, think a veteran. It'll make a huge difference. And I'm thrilled that we live in a country where we recognize that. It's very important. Learn that? I don't have anything. Thank you.
Ms. Campbell?
Well, I just want to comment on the Avid presentation. It was wonderful. And I'm so proud of everything that is going on over at Joyce Bullock. And the fact that we're involved nationally in this showcase is just unbelievable. Tanya, I praise you because you got us going with this. And what I love about it too is that there's always been a commitment to professional development within the Avid, and I think that is what has made it so successful, because our professional development, delivered a lot by Tanya, has been so good, and the commitment of the administrators too. So I'm excited, and I definitely will be at the presentation, and I thank Melanie for the invitation. We had our fall festival this past week, and it was great, it was fun, and what I love about the fall festival is how it brings the community out, and you really see how involved our community still is in our school. And you know, everybody working together, the teachers, the kids, and the parents out there. It's just a great show of what our school is all about and the culture of our school. DECA is sponsoring a surf and turf dinner this coming Friday, and then their fishing tournament, which is a fundraiser, is on Saturday. And I am looking forward to the gala. I love honoring teachers and our staff for all that they do, and for making a big deal about it, because it is a big deal.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. Ms. Baxter?
I too enjoyed the Avid presentation. That was great to see the kids doing that. I also was so proud of the biliteracy gold and silver seal certificates that were awarded. That's wonderful. Chiefland Elementary School has a speech contest coming up, and I've been asked to judge that. Maybe our superintendent will be there too.
I remember.
And at Chiefland Middle High School, if you get a chance, the tribal players, which is the drama club, they're presenting Peter Pan, and I went yesterday, and it was great. It'll be presented again this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's a matinee. So hope you guys can make it.
Thank you, Ms. Baxter. Mr. Whitehurst?
I too enjoyed the Avid presentation. Certainly, seeing kids at such a young age, have all that structure and learn and can just take that for the whole rest of their life. It's just so important to get them foundations, but learn in a creative environment where, it's not just mundane or whatever. It's, it's the skills that they enjoy, but also they're learning so much in that. So that structure is very important. Also enjoyed it's nice seeing the bilingual certificates. Ms. Rosario does a great job with that. I was part of the judging of the speech contest at Wilson Elementary today, so that's my first one. So it's very good. Claire Gerald's won it. Brooklyn Craig was second, and Colton Jensen was third. So the top two, I believe, represent us at the county. So that was good. The girls volleyball, they fell short to the eventual state champions, but that was a good run, made it to the Final Four. So that was proud of them, and looking forward to the gala and getting to see those that can be there. And I said, thank a veteran. We wouldn't be able to do what we do if it weren't for them. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Whitehurst. Yankeetown students are making big academic and social gains. And I talked to Ms. Richardson this morning, and she wanted me to say thank you for the STEAM and art materials that were provided by a grant. They're also in the process of making a science lab, which is super exciting there. And Christmas program December 4th. I too love the presentations tonight. I always sing Senora's praises. She does everything she could possibly do at the school. She's just wonderful and does everything full throttle. And I want to give a big shout out to Miss Taylor as well, because my boys had her, not for Avid, but was it Ag Business? What was it, in 6th grade? And she is the reason that they're both at Auburn and out of state, so I shouldn't thank you for that. But it was a great program, and I think you implement so much of the Avid, the process into everything you do. And it was just wonderful, and you're wonderful, and we see that throughout our school system. So thank you very much. And meeting adjourned. No, not good. Wait.
Yeah, adjourn this
That's
one,
right.
yeah.
We are adjourned.
This is a new gallery.
Yeah, you broke the old one.
It was new. Okay, adjourn, now we do this.
Okay.
Okay, so we adjourn.
Okay.
Lose our security deposit.
Yeah, the finance.
So I can gavel
Chairman
again.
That's right.
It's the very end of the agenda.
Yeah.
Science piece.
Okay. At this time, I will ask for nominations for President of the Levy County Finance Authority for the 2025-2026 school year.
Nominate Ms. Clemency.
Second.
All right. All right.
Yep. If there's no further nominations, nominations cease. I will pass that back to you.
You got it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Got to do that. May I make a motion for that nomination? Okay, second?
Second.
Okay.
Second, yeah.
All
I think we did
those
call
in
for vote.
favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All those unopposed, same sign? Motion passes. See how I forget to be in chair?
And I'm asking for a nomination for the Secretary of the Levy County Finance Authority.
Nominate Superintendent Boyle.
Motion and second. All those in favor say aye. Motion passes and nomination ceased. Nomination ceased, motion passes. Meeting is adjourned.
Now adjourn again.
Okay.